Having other people to support you and buoy you up makes all the difference in the world.
I can't. I have to. Did you say boo you up?
Buoy?
Buoy, like flow. Okay, but
Yeah,
I was
sorry.
like, I've heard of
Boo!
like
You
cheerleaders.
suck!
Yeah, right. I've heard of cheerleaders. I've heard of like raise yourself by your bootstraps. I'm like, is this a Mormon thing? Boo you up, like, boo, you're so great. Come on, boo, you suck.
Boo!
You
You
suck at being
suck!
depressed. You're
Do
so
that!
happy.
Listen to Random Kid. Do those drum solos. Boo! Well, you know
So
what time it is?
it's not time for random trivia. Uh, all right, so this one I did pick for tonight because I can talk on this subject. I do believe. How do I stay motivated when I'm completely burned out? And before I get long-winded, if I do on it, Joe, I'd throw it to you. Do you have advice or any thoughts to give on that?
I take a nap. No, but no,
I mean, sure, yeah.
it helps. It does. No, but when you get burned out, usually it's on a specific thing. Not always. Sometimes it's just life is throwing everything at you. Um, you just gotta mix things up. That's my best advice. Is you gotta try something new or find stuff, especially if it's you're getting burned out because you're overwhelmed. Find stuff to cut or take a break from. Um, and you've got to recenter yourself because burning out it happens to everybody at some point, and you just gotta figure it out because at least a lot of men, their first tendency is just to shove through it, push through it, and just keep going, and that's not going to help. You're just going to burn yourself out even more, and so you gotta find something that works for you. So start trying a new hobby, reconnecting with friends, doing something a little bit different, or something just because. Just find some time for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I found there's a separate, but it's to yourself as well. But there's a newer path because that's the path I used to take. The difference this time for me is I'm almost living my best life. I'm living my most free life that I've lived so far. I'm making my bills work. I'm not feeling stressed. I gotta do this and the hustle can be two different things, right? The first time I was on the hustle, it was very much stressful, and I had exact numbers, and I pushed and I pushed and I pushed and I pushed, and it was what was needed then. This time, there's been more of a flow, and everything's been working. So I'm in what kind of took me a hot minute to get to where I needed to deal with things is I'm the most rock God I've ever been. Like legitimately, I'm getting interviews at least on consulting for podcasting. I'm absolutely getting paid to consult with ambulances now. I am back into the educational realm on a lot of fronts with EMS and tutoring and coaching. So I'm like, all these good things are happening. So it's like, well, that's not a hard thing, right? And then again, with the live flow, we're making the bills, and I can take a day to I just don't feel like doing anything today. Those days just kept piling up, and not stress about it, right? The money's there. So if you don't, normally it's what you were describing, Joe, is piling up. You can see it. You take a break. You find a new avenue. You mix it up. What do you do when you can't see a good reason why things are not going right, right? You can't find it. And for me, it was, I didn't have the answer of why, but what kept me creative, I cannot tell you how many nights in the past 2 months or so I've been like, I don't want to do a show tonight. I just don't care. But the thing that kicked in was, again, living my most rock God life, whereas like I'm being recognized for what I'm bringing to the table. I'm getting invited to go bring more of myself to a table, that kind of thing.
Got it. So it's not just burnout at that point. It's trouble finding motivation.
Yeah, it's both, right? Yeah, and I guess probably a little depression or whatever. But yeah, there's zero motivation, zero energy. But
See, I find myself getting into that mode when I get stuck in a position where I don't see an easy way out.
okay, that's good. Now that's a good way to put it. A position where you don't see an easy way out. Yeah,
And so when I don't see,
and you already feel overworked to
yes,
figure it out.
you feel overwhelmed. You don't see a way to push forward, and you don't see a way to make constructive energy. And so, like, I was feeling that after both of our cars died, and because I was like, finances are already tight. How are we going to make this work? And I was like, I was stressing something fierce, and what I did, and I still haven't found another new job, but every time I felt get overwhelmed, I'd go on to LinkedIn or I'd go on to Indeed and I'd apply for jobs. I'd find jobs.
You took some action to the positive.
Yeah, I found something I could do, even if it wasn't a concrete path forward. It was something. And then I also, I started doing plasma again, and my wife picked up a bunch of piano lesson students, and so we're making it work. But yeah.
And that can drain the creativity. And what kept me going is just paying attention to the feeling, right? Not in the moment, but in the show. I know if I need to, I'll go back and watch a video to prove it to myself. But I know every week I have so much fun doing both of these shows, Be Awesome Together and Wise and Nerdy. If I get invited on something, I may be like, man, I wish I had signed up for that. But I know as soon as that mic clicks on, I'm going to be excited and fun. And that's not something I feel anywhere else in my life right now. So that's a little bit of I know that's going to happen. The other thing is I always find something good in working with you and working with Tyra. So it's like hey, I've kind of done work with people I didn't want to work with this week, or I've done, man, driving Lyft is fun enough, but there's people who they wear perfumes or they don't wear perfumes. And there's just negatives to it, right? They're petty, but they're there. But this is going to be a great experience. I'm going to talk to you and have fun. I'm going to talk to Tyra and have fun. And maybe as soon as we get off there, I'm like, it might take me 30 minutes to get off the couch because I'm unmotivated to move and those kind of things. So it's finding those hooks, but also the other part of what I did was I in the good times built shows that will not get mundane, right? It's not the same thing over and over again. I cannot tell you how many Pokemon Go podcast episodes were just canceled because I just didn't feel like doing it. And I told Joe, like, I'm not up for it tonight. And he's like, yeah, well, it's too late to get somebody, or vice versa. Joe's like, I'm sick, or, fever, something. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm not doing it then. That hasn't happened with Wise and Nerdy because we built it in multiple ways to make it work, but it is fresh and new every week. You just never know. I never know what's going to happen on this show every week. And that's what I love. Same with Be Awesome Together. A lot more structured, but also just a new path every week. So that helped keep things fresh. Then the other thing I did was go, well, it will be okay. If I end up getting to the spot where I just tell Joe or Tyra, just not tonight, and I'm not for it. And actually, there was one night recently where I was out of energy, and Tyra was wiped out too, and we did call it. But for the most part, it didn't happen. But it's okay. It's okay, and that's what I allowed myself to do. And then I found a hook of something else I wanted to do. I'm not motivated to create music, which would solve my grumpiness about the show. We wouldn't care about moving off of Spotify. If I just make some music, we could play it on the show. Is how I feel about it. The book I told you about, I want to make a Choose Your Own Adventure Daddy book. I mean that. It's a great idea. It's on the burner right now. Because the drum set that I stare at every time I record my show. It's right there. But that's okay.
Yeah, roll to get milk.
Roll to come back. The hook was my TikTok algorithm is great. So when I needed it, I sent him to you. I'm going to reach out, see if he'll be a guest on the show for us. I wish I remembered his TikTok handle right this second, and I don't. But there's this guy. He uses the F-bomb as punctuation,
Gratuitously.
but it's easy to get past. What'd you say, Joe? Because what he says around that is very structured and positive.
Yeah. So yeah, if we did have him on,
oh yeah, no, it's going to be a
we'd
rated
have
R
to.
show.
Yeah.
And we'll see. But what I'm saying is there's sometimes when you can't get past the language. But this one was, I even noticed the language, but everything else around is like, yeah, no, that spoke to me. It spoke to me. You know, that came across. More comedy comes across my algorithm. So the little, even I don't even understand doom scrolling, because as soon as I get frustrated, I'm just off of it. But if I'm just scrolling, it's still feeding me the things that I need to recharge myself, for the most part. And then the other thing is, Borderlands 4 came out, and I got it. I wasn't gonna buy it, and my son bought it for me, and it's a lot of fun. Of course, I love it. I mean, I love that whole franchise. I allow myself to go, like tomorrow, I've got something to do in the morning. Then I'm literally just gonna go. I'm moving my Xbox into the room with the recliner, and I'm gonna sit there all day and play that game, because right now that's what's gonna make me feel happy, and because I also made sure I got my work done this week, and I did my shows. If I had to do this alone, this would be a whole different talk on how to stay motivated, because I don't know that I could stay motivated alone. I'd have to have my friends, and call them like, look, man, I'm down.
See,
Tell me something to do a video on. I need some help.
That's a good thing for burnout, is depending on others.
Yeah.
It's a huge thing. That's having other people to support you and buoy you up makes all the difference in the world.
I can't. I have to. Did you say boo you up?
Buoy?
Buoy, like flow. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Like, I've heard of like cheerleaders. Yeah, right. I've heard of cheerleaders. I've heard of like raise yourself by your bootstraps. I'm like, is this a Mormon thing? Boo you up, like, boo, you're so great. Come on, boo, you suck. You suck at being depressed. You're so happy.
Listen to Random Kid. Do those drum solos. Boo.
Oh my God, it's gonna be. I might, just to push myself into an area of very uncomfortableness, because with my control issue comes a performance issue, right? I want to put on my best show possible always.
You're at that age.
I am telling you. Look, I am absolutely okay with, if we make a jump to a place that gets us advertising, we will do ads for Blue Chew. I do not care. Money is money, and our audience is getting there, baby. I'm just saying.
That stink face, it was great.
You idiot. But I'm essentially relearning the drums like new, not quite like new, because I can definitely hold a beat. I can definitely do some rolls and stuff. It's like, okay, cool. It's almost like riding a bike. It's like riding a bike. I could get on and ride a bike up and down my driveway. I am not going to ride that bike to the corner store because I'm not ready yet. So to put any drumming online right now, it would be shock therapy for me, honestly, is what it would be. So I might. I have this set up. I can just turn my laptop around and do a TikTok live or something. Who knows? Random Kids booing me up. Joe should get a boo for that one. All right. So he's booing you up.
I've been booed.
So, and maybe that's something else. It's because in dealing with my crap, it is the person I have been forever. So in essence, I want to be a new me, a better me, right? I want to get rid of that and be a different me. So maybe that would help, of just going, I'm not going to say it sucks because I hate talking bad about myself, but this is going to be amateur hour. It is not your awesome people doing awesome things on TikTok video.
You just need to toss on your boarhead helmet and just.
If I had one. Is that my Christmas present? Did you just spoil my Christmas present? I'll be okay. You can spoil it. I absolutely would wholeheartedly would wear an Inosuke head and play the drums. That'd be too cool.